You are watching Unmissable here on News 9. I am Krishna Kumar, and our big story tonight is the same story that is every winter in Delhi and the National Capital Region, in fact, the whole of northern India. Only the dates change. As temperatures drop, Delhi's air turns toxic. Visibility disappears. Foreign governments issue travel advisories to their citizens traveling to India. Airports choke. Rail lines slow to a crawl. Highways become death traps. And a city, sometimes an entire region, comes to a standstill. This week, the script replayed yet again. AQI, or Air Quality Index levels, slipped into the severe plus category, and the dense fog settled in like a blanket. Together, they created a deadly cocktail. 400 plus flights were delayed and diverted. 100 train services cancelled, delayed, and running late. On highways, vehicles smashed into each other in chain collisions, triggered by near zero visibility. Lives were lost. People were injured. Now, as far as these major multi-vehicle pileups go, Rohtak and Haryana highways witnessed at least 35 to 40 vehicles colliding in a chain reaction caused by dense fog. Multiple injuries were reported. On the Delhi-Mumbai expressway on the 15th of December, dense fog contributed to a major collision. 4 people died. Many were injured. On the Agra-Lucknow expressway, dense fog led to a 10-vehicle pileup, which led to a death and multiple injuries. On the Ghaziabad-Aligarh highway, 10 vehicles collided in the dense fog. 8 people were injured. And yet, none of this weather cocktail disruptions have come as a surprise. Weather models had forecast dense fog days in advance. Pollution data shows a clear pattern. Winter always brings an AQI spike. The warnings were there. The data was there. The precedent was there. What was missing was preparedness. Instead of a planned response, what followed was a familiar reactive scramble. Advisories after accidents. Restrictions after disruption. Emergency meetings once the damage has already been done. Ironically, countries that face far harsher winters operate very differently. They have clear, predefined winter standard operating procedures, or SOPs. Flights are curtailed automatically once visibility drops below set thresholds. Rail systems are fog ready with speed protocols that activate without debate. Highways follow strict visibility norms, and unified public advisories are issued from a single command center. However, in India, no such unified protocol exists. Responsibility is scattered across ministries and departments: environment, transport, railways, aviation, state governments, central agencies. Everyone plays a role, yet no one takes charge. No one is in command. Decisions are hence delayed, coordination falters, and citizens are left to bear the consequences again and again and again. And that raises some uncomfortable questions. If this happens every winter, why are pollution fog emergency SOPs, or standard operating procedures, still missing? Why do lives and livelihoods get disrupted and lost before action begins? Why does governance respond only after chaos has already unfolded? This is not an act of nature, ladies and gentlemen, that cannot be anticipated. It's not bad luck. It's a predictable crisis that returns year after year, and one that continues to be met with planning failures rather than preparedness. Until winter pollution and fog are treated as a national emergency with clear protocols, unified leadership, and automatic responses, citizens will keep on paying the price. And the question that remains at the end is simple but damning. How many more winters will Indians lose to predictable chaos? And how many more Indian lives will continue being lost? We have Bhavrin Kandhari, environmental activist, joining us now, and we have Captain Sanjay Karve, aviation expert and former accountable manager, aviation government of Maharashtra, and Dr. Naveen Bhatnagar, former DIG, NDRF, joining us. Thank you, all of you, for being with us. I'm going to begin with Bhavrin Kandhari. Bhavrin Kandhari, the fact of the matter here is that India doesn't face the worst of winter. There are countries across the world that face terrible winter conditions. India has the chance to fix it, to be able to be more prepared for it, to ensure that the people and the systems and the infrastructure and logistics are all automatically in the winter mode even as the season sets in. But in India, nothing really changes unless and otherwise there's a crisis. We just move from summer to autumn to winter as if nothing had happened.
Yes, Krishna. I mean, whether it is in this context or any other, unless there is, no accountability, nothing will change. So obviously, what you said, we've seen this, we've seen it year after year after year, and now we are speaking about this again. And I'd like to also use your wonderful channel to also clarify. A fog is it's a natural cloud, that which is near the ground, and it's made of water droplets, and that reduces visibility. Something that we've seen, like someone on my age or kids, we've always seen fog. Now it's, of course, like you mentioned, but uh, it's this now it's smog because it's a cocktail of the smoke, gases, and fog, and that is what is harmful, extremely harmful and toxic to health and the environment. So when we are saying fog, many media houses, etc., calling it fog, it's absolutely wrong, because this is even worse. It's not only about visibility; it's also about the toxicity that we are all inhaling. So coming to what you asked, it's also again, how it's as simple as having an SOP. It's as simple as training, as simple as having equipment, etc. But why it doesn't happen is because whenever something goes wrong, nobody is questioned, nobody is prosecuted, and it's this is the same formula, I think, for everything wrong right now that's happening.
Yeah.
In some sense, failure of governance. That unless the violators are not whether they are people, citizens, or they are authorities, or governments, they are not questioned, they are not prosecuted, nothing is going to change,
Yeah.
and we will again speak about this the next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Naveen Bhatnagar, does the system at all prepare itself for eventualities like this year after year?
Yeah. So there are so many SOPs were made on this subject, as well as the orders of Honorable Supreme Court and the NDMA Act and Policy 2009. And moreover, that every year we are facing the same problem. So is a natural calamity, you can say, is a devastating situation year after year, as already you spoken about it. So anyhow, now we know that there is a difference between fog and smoke. So smoke is more dangerous than fog. So smoke means a lot of noxious gases, lot of your hydrocarbonic gases, and a lot of poisonous gases are mixing with the fog, the water droplets, and it's making harm to the skin, lungs, and the human being also, as well as when the temperature goes up on the upper area, so it comes down to the lower area. So it becomes a thick cloud. And due to that, we are unable to see what is going on in even zero visibility, 50, 200, likewise. Visibility goes down. And as well as the human life also comes under threat. But anyhow, government is taking care about it, and necessary directives are being given. And from my side, as an NDRF expert and disaster expert, I can say that lot of research work is going on this particular subject. And graph 4 is already imposed, as well as the instructions are being given to the public also to take care about it, to club up in a vehicle,
Right.
to make the shift hour in the 50% lower. So anyhow, a lot of work is going on, but there are chances for the artificial rain also. But last time it happened, cloud artificial rain, but it was failed. But anyhow, no problem. Lot of other experiments are going on. And 2 years back, there was big filters, air filters were made by the armed party.
But
And was
Dr.
totally
Naveen
failed.
Bhatnagar, the only question is, is the magnitude of the response and the preparation commensurate to the magnitude of the problem? We have
Yeah.
lost lives already over the last few days because of lack of visibility. And it's not the first time, it's not the first winter we are losing lives. Every winter we lose lives.
So in this condition, we will suggest that illumination system, especially working in the smog, should be implemented like fog lamps to be placed on the highways, especially the national highways, state highways, and also in all the vehicles. It is mandatory, it should make mandatory to use these fog lamps, and it will do some help, as well as also we should use these filters, these air filters also, big type towers, air filter towers. We should start this sprinkling system from high rise buildings, as well as the fire tenders also. So due to that sprinkling system, the droplets will come down, and definitely air quality will be good, and will be safer, as per my experience. But there are a lot of chances for this research work which is going on in all the IITs, and it was given a task, and let us hope that it will be controlled. Unless until we face this rain, it is very difficult to control it. Only this thing, I will suggest that the air traffic should be monitored, should be controlled, and in a convoy manner. In a convoy manner, we should control this traffic.
Yeah,
All the vehicles
talking
on the.
about air travel, we have Captain Sanjay Karve, aviation expert and former accountable manager aviation of the government of Maharashtra, with us on the broadcast now. Captain Sanjay Karve, we were just talking about the fact that preparedness is all that we're asking for, better preparedness. But here you have a number of flights cancelled for the day already. We have over 100 trains cancelled for the day, 400 plus flights that have been cancelled or diverted. This happens year after year, and people in airports today will tell you that story, will tell you the pain.
I know this is an recurring fact for years together. Everyone is aware that the moment we are into mid December to mid February, there is total chaos in Delhi. I believe Airports Authority has got a plan in place in which they want to expand or modify or modernize their infrastructure. And the government has allotted a huge amount of money. Now, how soon it materializes is anyone's guess, because we have our own compulsions in the government. But
Bhavin Kandari, let me quickly come to you. Like right now, it looks like it's all up to the people watching this. It's all up to the people. They need to be prepared, and they are the ones who need to do everything from ensuring that they're masked up, they're not making travel unnecessarily, they're not even venturing out of their house, venturing out of their rooms with that air purifiers.
Yes, definitely. Air purifier is must for everybody nowadays. So government should take care about it, and it should be supplied on the government rate, in a very nominal rate, nominal charges. It should be given and supplied to the people, as well as in the vehicles also. There are so many new research work which should be implemented. like your this thing there is a dome system, dome a safety dome system which is connected with the GPRS, and which can give a signal that there is some danger outside, especially in the 50-meter area, 100
Right.
meter
Bhavin
area,
Kandhari, which
or one
essentially means that,
kilometer.
it is just us. It is just us now.
No.
We are left to our
Yeah.
own defenses.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, that is, we are talking only about creating pollution, more and more pollution, and then cleaning it up. Everything that's been spoken right now is all about that. You can have, cloud seeding, and you can have rain and sprinkling from the building and air purifiers. So I think that's never going to get us clean air, and it's not going to solve. It's only until the emissions are cut at source, and all the pollution norms, regulations are enforced in absolutely letter and spirit. That is the only way to clean air. That's the only route. And let's not forget, we are a very limited number of people in the elite, so-called elite, who can afford purifiers, but the masses have to breathe too. And these are absolutely, false solutions. And as you know, I mean, we've spoken many times, something that most of us don't agree on that. And you have to work on the root causes. Um, um, and everything that's being done, unfortunately, these narratives are formed only when the governments are just making, when you're installing smog towers, and you're working on cloud seeding, and all the time you're showing sprinkling, etc. So that's a common thing that, and we don't need more research. There is a huge amount of research.
Right.
You need enforcement now. You need
Isn't
governance
that the
now.
case, Dr. Naveen Bhatnagar? We need more enforcement now.
Yeah. So for that purpose, Graph 4 was implemented, as well as government is taking care about it. But as our producer, this madam told, is wrong, totally wrong. Nowadays, a lot of research is going on. I think she don't know about it. I know personally, because I am very much aware about it, the research work which is going on in Roorkee and all the IITs on this subject issue.
Okay.
And regarding this pollution, already government is taking care about, very strict action is going to take, and all the at present available measures are being implemented. But
Okay.
anyhow, uh, we should not forget it, that we should take care, and we will be succeeded very soon. I
Okay.
think within 2 or 3 years we will achieve the target, and we can control, but it's a very difficult,
Okay.
because it's a natural.
Let's hope that we'll take your word for it that in the next 2 years at least we
Yeah.
will find a different reality in the winter 2 years from now. But I'm afraid we are completely out of time here in the conversation. Bhavin Kandhari and Dr. Naveen Bhatnagar, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on Unmissable.